I want to bring in Texas Republican Congressman Dan Crenshaw, a veteran who pointed out the migrant families could get more money than families of fallen service members potentially under the suggestion that some of them would be paid $450,000 as settlement for lawsuits against the federal government. Congressman, good to have you here. You were listening along with us. What is your response to the response from the White House just now on this whole issue?
Well, they're all over the place, whether it's about the Build Back Better agenda or about what they're doing with illegal immigration at the border. So it should be obvious to everybody they're doing nothing. The only actions they've taken so far to secure our border are against Border Patrol agents who are trying to block people from coming across, doing their job. So that's the only thing they've done so far. But they're also taking more action. They want to pay the people $450,000. Now, to put this into context, it's worth noting that if your family member who's serving in our military gets killed in action, gets killed in Afghanistan or Iraq or in one of our wars, you would get $400,000 worth of an insurance payment back to your family. So the Biden administration thinks that the crimes against the families that were separated under Trump are so extreme, and even if you believe they deserve some kind of compensation, but they believe they're so extreme that they deserve $450,000. And again, let's add some more context here. Businesses in America under their new vaccine mandate could be fined up to $130,000. Meanwhile, under the Build Back Better agenda, let's not forget, they want to give rich New Yorkers a tax deduction through SALT of up to $30,000. So this is the kind of priorities that this administration has. They won't secure your border, but they will pay off illegal immigrants. They'll give tax breaks to their rich donors in high tax states like New York and New Jersey and California. And they're going to screw you over if you don't force all your employees to get vaccines, and they're going to fine you as a result. So this is what America is so angry about. It's why Virginia went the way it did.
Just to double back on this issue of, you could call it reparations, I think, for people who crossed the border illegally and families were separated. And she said that they are working hard to reverse the cruelty of the prior administration. But when the president was asked about it yesterday by Peter Doocy, and we're still waiting to see if Peter gets a question in because they just passed right over him and went to the next person in line. So I guess they don't want to, like I said, if he gets a question in, we're gonna figure out. We'll take you back there. But so what is it? I mean, what is going on? The president said it was a garbage story. You just heard the press secretary refer to it in sort of similar terms. Is it true that this administration is offering that money or not?
I think all indications point to the fact that it's true. The Wall Street Journal generally doesn't get its reporting wrong. Also, the president of the ACLU, who was leading this lawsuit, confirmed that, right, yes, Mr. Biden, your Justice Department was in fact doing this, and we are considering this because they are saying that it matches the crime. Now, I don't think that's true. Again, even if you believe they deserve some kind of compensation, I'm sure no reasonable person thinks that compensation should be $450,000 per person, up to $1 million per family. I don't think that's what people think of as justice or humanitarian. I mean, clearly illegal immigrants are doing something. They know they're doing something illegal that has to be taken into account when considering this. But you know what, though? Let's count our lucky stars. I'm glad Biden said that it was nonsense. Maybe he'll actually reverse it because it should be pretty politically unpopular for him. But frankly, it sounds like he just didn't know what was going on in his own Justice Department.
It sounded like he wasn't aware of it and that he thought that kind of money was exorbitant, and we'll see if he follows through on it. Congressman Dan Crenshaw, thank you very much. Good to see you today, sir. Thanks for coming here.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.